Actually leaves a mark. Okay, so all you're gonna need is a empty chapstick. Now, to make one of those, all you need to do really is just take out what you have and just keep twisting, obviously, you know, and then just pull all that shit out. Then you can grab some pliers, grab that stick thing, you know, the not spring, the screw terminal type thing, the screw thing. Pull that out, jam that out. Eventually, it'll pull off, and you'll be able to. You're gonna want to pry this down, slide a blade in there, something sharp like a X-Acto, and go bam, cut this right off. Should look something like that. See how flat that is? X-Acto cut right through that. You don't want anything hot because it'll, you know, melt it, distort it. You don't want that. You just want something sharp cut right through it. This is another one. This hasn't finished. This actually has a compartment in the back as well. You can have a thing that can pop in there. And then the front of it is a taser. Right. So yeah, I'm using red for shocking devices, and then I'm gonna use different colors for different gadgets. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does this even work? Where am I getting this thing? What is this, right? This is a capacitor. Now, I'm going to my bin components and grab, you can see these are all capacitors. Now, if you don't know what a capacitor is, it's basically kind of like a battery, but it can hold a lot of potential current that can be released extremely fast. Battery discharges very slowly. This will go bam in a couple seconds and it'll be drained. Kind of like how you saw with that screwdriver, right? Now this is another one that I took the wrapping off of, which you don't really want to do because this is technically the grounding, which is, I believe, equal to one of these pins. So ideally, you don't want to do that. Not a big deal if you're going to be putting it into something. This was going to go into a pen, I believe. Not sure, but we'll see. Anyway, so most capacitors are, you know, smaller, much smaller. Let's see, if we look on here, right? This is a capacitor, this is a capacitor, this. These might actually be, these might not be, I'm not 100% sure about that. These are, but the main electrolytic capacitors, which are what these are, they're polarized. You can see this is negative. Some of these ceramic ones, they're called, I believe this is a ceramic capacitor, are not polarized, so you can flip it either way. This has to be in a specific orientation. In fact, one of my other projects here, which I will not get into now, actually relies on that polarization requirement, because if they don't, they blow up. If you plug it in backwards, put a bunch of current in there, you can try to think about what that's going to be. Anyway, yeah, so these are capacitors. Now, they can hold a lot of power in there. So we have a small one here. You take a large one, right? This is from TV. That was broken. And the other ones, most of the ones I've been putting in there are from the flash for a camera. So something like this, I don't know where it is, it should be on the screen now. One of those, if you open that up, some of them, you have to get the right kind. They will have a circuit just like, I have two of them here, like this, right? And the capacitor's on there. I desoldered it. It was connected right there. You can see right there. So it came down and it laid right here. Yeah, right here. It laid. The prongs came out and it laid down. And this, if I took this and it were just connected right there, I cut it off. So to charge it, you need this circuit. You don't really need to know how it works, but you do need to know a little bit about it. So you obviously need to connect 1.5 volts here. This is just a AA battery, I believe. It might be a triple, but I think it'll depend on your model. Anyway, so there is a charging button and a trigger button. The trigger one we don't need. which is what triggers the flash, right? The only button we need is the charge, which I believe is this one. Now, let's see. Just mess around with it. You'll probably know when you open up the camera. You'll probably be able to figure out. I'm pretty sure this is charge and this is trigger. So you would just bend this forward, solder a lead to this, and then a lead to the back piece. So when you press the button, it charges the capacitor. Now, I made a little housing before I had the 3D printer, but if I make another one, which I have, 2 circuits, I'm probably going to. This is a crude little circuit. You put the capacitor into here, making sure the blue, which I just have it marked blue and red, that this doesn't have a mark on it, but you can see there the white, right? You want to get that into the blue. You want to get the white strip into the negative of the thing. So you want to mark what that is on your circuit, because if you don't know what that is, that can be a problem. You could damage the capacitor, it could actually explode. So you really want to be careful with that. You want to make sure, for example, here, that you just mark black on the pin there. That's going to be a negative. So basically, you're just pushing. I just get some epoxy, put it in there, and then push the capacitor in there. That's what we're doing. Now, let's make sure this is discharged, right? Now imagine, like, you can see that, right? This, like, weld spot right there. Imagine that were, like, in the neck or in the arms, whatever. That would be very painful. This does just kind of scrape off, but it still leaves a dent. You can see, you can sweep off the black part, but there's still a little mark there for each palm. Okay, now this is discharge, right? You want to lamp the white, this, put it in. You hear that whine? That's the capacitor charging. And eventually, if you can see. Oh, what's going on with that? It's acting a little bit weird. Yeah, it should be working, hopefully. It'll take a while. You just want to hold that button down until this light turns red, like bright red. It's going to slowly get redder and redder until it's pretty bright. You can probably see that. It's getting brighter. And eventually, it will get to the brightest setting. And that's how you know this is fully charged. So now this is live, right? And you're probably thinking, can I get shocked doing this, right? That's safe. Fully closed. Now it's live, right? Bam. There's no button or anything. The second you take that off, it's live. So yeah, that's live. I'm gonna actually discharge this because I don't actually leave them charged because it's not super smart. They're not super safe. So there we go. Chapper Zapper. Alright. So if you like this video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. This is just the first gadget that I'm putting into a chapstick housing. If you like spy gadgets like this, I have a bunch of other ones and I'm going to be showing you how to make all of them. So, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.